Some nasty skin injuries on that side. And this side, totally okay. So Kang is like 25 moves, give or take, of V14, and I guess you can break it down into like 3 parts. So there's the last part that's like V10. There's the first part, the extension, that's the warlord part, and I guess the middle section. So it's sort of like 5 moves? 5 moves of like V12, V11 maybe, that's warlord, and then like a nice easy section that's like V7, V8 maybe, and then V10. I don't know if that makes sense with math, but yeah, let's go with that. On its own, the warlord section is definitely the hardest, but because you do it at the start, it's the most, at least for me, the section I had the most solid. So you start with, the start hold's really funky. It's like this weird, like 3-finger drag sloper with like a thumb catch, and then you have, on the same thumb catch, it sort of continues on into this crimp that, maybe like 10 millimeter, it's not very good. And the cool part about it though is that you have this heel toe cam with your right foot, and then your left foot is just like kind of there to push you. So your entire body is almost held by like 1 point of contact. It's so weird. And then you immediately like blast off to the right hand pinch, and it's actually pretty good if you know where to hit it. And then yeah, because the heel toe cam is now in the middle of your body, it doesn't work as well. So you have to change it to like a bicycle, and it's very precarious because it's very easy to pop off. So after you hit that, you do like this almost typewriter move, like a typewriter pull up, to match it, and then immediately bump the left hand again, and you're going to like maybe a 20 mil crimp, but because you're so far underneath it, it's like a jug, but it's very tension heavy. So again, it's really easy to like pop off with your feet here, and you go into like this cross under match, and the other hold is not as good, but it's still pretty good with the crimps, and you take this like wild cut loose, and I think that is definitely the first crux for me. Having to like control that swing is hard enough on its own, then trying not to dab, and then also not getting powered out. Oh, it's hard. So after that, I think Noah Wheeler does the same thing, the guy who I faded, where instead of trying to get a foot or anything, you just sort of campus sideways to, like, the best way I can describe it is like a blocked off, maybe 15 millimeter crimp. I don't know if that's accurate. Sounds accurate. Yeah, I don't know.
Let's look at the grooves in my skin. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. No, it's a weird move. It took me quite a bit to understand that. And then you're in sit-in now, so my beta for that is another really explosive, powerful move that you immediately have to like control. So you like campus your foot up into a sort of slopey foothold thing. It's more like an edge, I guess.
It's a pretty good foothold. It's just kind of, it's facing the exact direction you push.
Yeah, it's like you're not really pulling with it though. You're sort of using it to just blast you sideways.
To direct the campus.
Yeah. So you've already like campused out to here, I think. No. Yeah, you've campused out to like here, and then you just like get the foot up, and you're just immediately like again, which is, it's interesting. It makes for a very bumpy sort of climb, but yeah, then like I said, you immediately have to sort of like slow that down into like this pseudo one arm thing into like a match, and I don't think I've done that easily ever. That move is so hard. And then after that, you're sort of in like the jug rest section. You sort of have really good feet, you can rest out, hand warmer your hands or something. whatever works there.
The jug itself is freezing.
The jugs are really cold. You have to go there when it's like the summer, otherwise it's nasty. It's just brutal. Yeah, no, I did it when it was like 70 out, and I was still losing heat very quickly. But yeah, we just like stuffed hand warmers into all the jugs. Ugh, what a mess. So yeah, after that section, you get like this heel sort of above your head. Not really, I guess. Yeah, I guess you get the heel and then you sort of dip below the heel. So it's kind of flexible, kind of not. Depends if that's your strong suit or not. And then you have to come into this, how do I describe it?
It's an undercling that once you move off of it turns into compression.
Yeah, I guess so. So you sort of do like this cross, and it's like a decent crimp, and then you can also have like a thumb catch if you want. It's not a bad hold. It's a weird one though. So after you do the cross is the weirdest section in my opinion. So you have to do these bumps on like these gross intermediates. So this first one is like 2 fingers are good, and then the other part is really bad, and the whole thing is sharp. You don't want to be there very long. So then you bump it immediately, and then you're on like this crimp that's like flat. So you immediately bump to like this weird jug meat hook thing, so you're kind of sideways on it. From there, you're in like this compression, and you have to like match your feet like sideways. So you're kind of like this. I don't think that's in frame, but whatever. And then you do like a backwards bicycle. It's like this toe hook, hand toe match. Always weird. I never feel good with those. And then you go out into like this toe scum foot compression, which is about as awful as it sounds. And then yeah, you can pretty easily match. I think my face and all the footage says otherwise, but the match itself isn't too bad.
It's anxiety inducing.
It is. I'd say that's probably one of the cruxes. Yeah, like the 3 cruxes for me personally are the first cut loose, the match cut loose, and then that cut loose. So like the match and then having to like immediately be super dynamic and like reel it in. So yeah, after you match it, you let go of the toe, and the other foot as well, because it's not really doing anything. And you put it up on something. The FA used like this sort of nothing smear and just went huge. I don't understand. That move is so hard. I had to use a higher foot that's much better, and then use like these intermediate holds with like a toe hook, but it was like underneath you. It's not the best beta, but hey, it's not a huge dead point on a smear, so I'll take it. And then yeah, you're sort of in like the last V10 section, which it's precarious, to be honest. I think you can stick like the first few moves and you'll be pretty in there, and then you have to go like sideways every time. So you're down pulling, but you're also using a lot of shouldery moves, so it's very like right hand intensive. So like you'd go up, out, you'd like match back in, set up your feet, go out again, match back in, set up your feet, go out again. So it's like if your right hand is like cold or just not feeling it skin wise, it's really hard. And I think that's probably the main reason why I've punted so many times off that section. It's just like, it's not physically hard for me, it's just like, you know, the right hand is just never getting a break, and there's like no way to warm up because you're on like these maybe 20 mil holds, but they're just digging into you. Ooh, it is hard. But yeah, that last section is pretty decent if you know what you're doing. I numbed out again.
That sucks.
God damn it!
Did you like fall on a pad at all?
No,
You good?
I'm fine. Landed on my ass. It's a pretty big cushion there. Alright, so Kang as a whole was weird. It was funky. So because Lorimer is a weird link-up cave with extensions and nothing else, it's kind of hard to say how long Kang actually took me, because on the one hand, you could say it took me 8 sessions across like 5 or 6 months, but that includes May, right? Was the first time you went there? Yeah, so you can say it was 8 sessions because I worked, climbs that shared 2 or 3 moves with Kang, and it's like, yeah, technically I was dialing beta, but like, does that really count as a session? So then if you count only sessions where I was working specifically Kang, then it's like, well then I did V14 in like 4 sessions, or like 3 sessions, and that doesn't really make sense either. So, I don't know. I think, take it all with a grain of salt, and maybe like 6 sessions, 4 months, something like that. I don't know. It was interesting, especially because pretty early on I had done all the moves, and because it's like this power endurance problem, it was just about like linking them. So like none of the moves themselves ever actually felt that hard for me. Even like the warlord moves that took me the longest to figure out, none of those moves felt like super hard for me. It was just a matter of like doing them consistently, and then linking them all together.
He's a sport climber that's lying to himself.
Yeah, that's true, honestly. Most of my hard boulders are more than 10 moves long. But yeah, it was interesting. I never actually felt like I was projecting in like the traditional sense where you like fall on the same move 7 times.
Like before.
Yeah, like Nucor was different, where I was like really trying to figure it out.
Trying like 3 different foot betas for the dyno.
Yeah. And I think the other thing about Kang that was interesting was that I don't think I ever got a single good weather session until like the very, very end. The first time I went to go specifically for Kang was in like October. It was supposed to be really nice, and then it was misty in the morning, so all the holes were wet. Then I came back 1 month later at the end of the month. That was when it was wet again, so I had to do Warlord into 360. Then I come back, a week later, it's too cold, and then I finally do it 2 weeks after that, and I wouldn't even say those were like ideal conditions, which sounds crazy because like 70 is nice weather, but I don't know. Lorimer's a summer crag. Lorimer is like the exact opposite of any crag that makes sense. Yes.
Get
the best footy ever. Me sitting down.
Come on back.
Ah!
Nice.
No! Oh, I'm so fucking numb. It's too cold. Okay, that's a good first burn. What? So, yeah, there is the one really bad session. Basically, the weekend before, I ended up doing Warlord into 360. So I was like, all right, this feels pretty good. I have all the moves dialed. I'm gonna come back next weekend. And the stars had aligned. I was so excited. It was like 55 degrees, dry, windy, like it was perfect. And then I got there and I realized...
Forgot that we were cave climbing.
Yeah, I realized Lorimer was a summer crag. It's like this cave that gets no sun. It's next to like a body of water. It does not heat up at all. So the holds in there were like actually freezing, and I would get to like past the warlord section, and then my fingers would just be like going numb. And the worst part was that anytime I tried to like warm up, I would just keep losing heat quicker than I would get it back. So it was like there was no winning. I couldn't do anything. I was powerless to change my fate. I don't know. Doing 25 plus moves and then having to fight off cold. At least me personally, I can't do it. So that session was a very angry session.
It was like a mixed anger and depression.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think I've ever felt more dejected. It's just so disheartening to be like, I can do all these moves so well, so solidly, and then you can't deal with the cold, so you're just like screwed.
Yeah.
Alright, here we are. It's 70 degrees, last day of the season. We're gonna try and get on our projects today. We're gonna start by hopefully figuring out what the hell I'm doing on 700. So yeah, let's dial some data. No. I dabbed anyways. Ah! That's fine. Dead weight. No, I think if we look at the video, you'll see my foot touches the pad. wrong too. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I did it. Holy crap. Yes!
After the single greatest punt in New England's climbing history.
Dude, I hit it wrong too. I started to numb out by the time I got to the first one on 700, and I was like, not this time. I ain't giving up this time. Nothing was gonna stop me. Holy crap. I fucking did it. Holy crap. Is today the send day, Steven?
Yes.
What are you gonna send?
Sitting. Maybe 360, I don't know.
Hell yeah, you are.
Yeah!
Come on, Steven.
Fucking free.
Go for it. You fucking clown. You absolute clown. Why on earth would you tell me in the middle of climbing that this was free?
It just felt
you buffoon.
so good.
You fucking buffoon.
And then I lost all concentration going, yeah.
You know what? That's a little bit of karma right there. You flew too close to the sun.
Oh my god, no, that is some top tier content right there.
You're gonna send right now. Just don't think too much about it. Come on. Yeah.
Oh!
Let's go.
I hit that crimp so bad.
Yeah?
So bad.
Oh, no. You picked up the ways of the power shout, though, I see. Soon you will be just like me. That was awesome, though. Here, wait. For the footy. Yeah.
Just when the split gets bad.
Such a big difference. You know, I'm just gonna say stupid shit and then cut this out because it's B-roll. But this is pretty as fuck. Hell yeah.
Fencing B-Tor. I've never tried B-Tor.